What's up, YouTube? It's your boy SpooZy BreeZy, and the video I got for you today is I'm gonna go over some of the loops, combos, and some of the rulings with the Psy-Frame monsters. Um, First combo I'm gonna show you today is with the field spell, and maybe actually not with the field spell, with these two. And it's okay. Start the scenario off. Apparently, obviously, it's your opponent's turn. And before and for future reference, not future reference, but just for FYI, like at my personal, I don't like to do this combo that I'm getting ready to show you unless I also have a psychic field zone in my hand and or the Psy-Frame circuit, the field spell on the field as well. But what you can do is, say your opponent, summons a monster, and it has a trigger effect that happens upon summon. Like, say for example, Dragoonity Ducks. When it's summoned, equip a Dragoonity tuner from the graveyard to it. Well, yeah, one of those effects. Or Skull Crobat Joker, the perform mage. They summon it, and then it has an effect that triggers. Well, you can chain this to the Skull Crobat Joker effect, and also chain for Chain Link 3, chain this to it. Or I mean, you can do it vice versa, but it's better to do it like this and then do it like this. Now, the reason why you're able to chain them is because upon activation, it says it right. Camera getting focused right there. Um, During our player's turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control no monsters, its requirement for you to be able to activate it is you not controlling no monsters. And all the Psy-Frame monsters have that. So that's what allows you to be able to chain them. That as long as you don't control no monsters, you can chain as many of these as you want. Now, say if they activated something, like say they activated Maxi on the summon of one on this one, and you have another Gamma in your hand. Well, you can chain it to that, but as the chain link resolves backward, this will summon. You'll get your driver, and then this will happen, getting your other driver, that getting your search, but your first gamma that you used will not resolve. It will automatically fizzle out, thus allowing the Skullcrat Joker to get its effect off. I mean, because you don't have enough space for it. You only got 5 monster card slots. Um, but like I said before, I don't recommend doing that play unless you have either a Psychic Field Zone in your hand or the field spell on board. Now, let me show you another thing. Let me show you another play with the psychics while you have Psychic Field Zone on board, and you so coherently, summon this one. Now, if you have the Field Zone on board and they active, let's say this hits the field, and then they activate Bottomless Trap Hole or Torrential Tribute or or Evacuation Device. Now, well, not necessarily a evac. What's another? I can't really think of any other summoning cards at the moment. Just bottomless torrential, you know, normal traps. I don't want to use ones like warning or notice or stuff like that. No counter traps. But anyway, once this hits the field, because this resolves on hand in the hand. So once this hits the field, it's their option. They have the option to chain it. Yes, this field spell says, immediately. But since you're the turn player, well, depending on the player of the turn, will depend on if this will automatically activate before they activate their effect. So since it's, let's say it's their turn, you have this on board and they activate a monster effect and you summon this. They activate their torrential. You then have the option. This will activate. This starts a whole new chain after this. After the first resolving chain resolves. So it's real easy. So it's real easy to the dodge stuff like evac and bottomless and torrential and them sorts of cards. It's real easy to get around them and dodge it. Another play is I'm gonna show you with the synchros. Say you have two omegas on board, and use your omega effect. Let's just say this is the card that's in there in your opponent's hand. Say it's Max C. Say it's Max C. You banish it and off your omega's effect. Will come their standby phase. You can use this effect to return the monster or card that was banished off of your banished omega that's banished, and return it to the graveyard. Now come your turn, your standby phase, this returns. Now they don't get the card back that was originally banished off of your omega's effect, because it is no longer in the place where it was sent the first time. So the effect for them to get the card back fizzles out, but you get your omega back to the field. Another play is say if you have your omega, or you're not omega, your overload in the graveyard, you banish it. Obviously, let's say it was already previously banished, whatever, and come your standby phase, use your omega's effect to return it to the graveyard. Now in the same phase, in the same standby phase, you can also have the option again to banish this to search another card, a Psy-Frame card from your deck. Why you're able to do that is because the omega isn't sending it back, it's return. This card's effect specifically says you can't activate its secondary effect during the turn it's sent to the graveyard. So it's a little loopy with the wording, to be able, to get it off. But wording's everything in Yu-Gi-Oh now. That's pretty much it. I just really mainly wanted to stress over, the being able of the chain links and what you can do and what your opponent can't do. Because it gets a little bit confusing with the Psy-Frames, and you can get cheated real easily. And especially stuff also misses timing. When your opponent's going against this deck, so you got to be real careful, and you got to know and chain stuff together right. So certain cards, if they activate it, they miss timing. Just like Black Rose Dragon, if there's another chain. Okay, let me just do the play. Let me just grab my Black Rose here now. I guess if by showing you a little bit more what I'm talking about can help. All right, let's say your field spell's on board. It's your opponent's turn. Whatever. Let's say for Shaddolls, for example, because I know that deck. Let's say they do their Shaddol. They use Shaddol Fusion and summon their Winda, whatever, and you summon this, whatever, and then did your search, whatever, and then their chain links in the grave go off, and then go off first because they're turn player. Then your psychic circuit, Psy-Frame circuit goes off to Synchro. If you summon Black Rose while that chain's resolving, Black Rose will miss its timing because he got the effect that it goes off when it's triggered. Cards that go off when they're summoned or anything, if they go off at the end, like they would start, they're not a part of the resolving chain or anything, you can't activate another card within a revolving chain. So in a sense, Black Rose will miss timing. I know it's kind of hard. I know it's a little difficult to understand how I just explained it, but that was like the best way that I can explain it. Um, but yeah, but that's it for for the loops combos. Um, I'll probably have more for you, or no, yeah, probably have more for you once more come up. But right now, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and I'm getting ready to do a deck profile with my current Cleafort deck. Hopefully, I mean, it's really just a fun deck now, but hopefully, maybe if they ever bring Cleaforts back or something, I don't know, I could show you guys a little something better, else something pretty nifty. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Help me help you. Meaning you guys click some ads, which would help me make the pesos, the yen, the gentai, the dinero, the euro, and the American dollars, which will help me, in the long run, make better content, get more information to make better content to bring you guys. Thanks for watching.